Good morning, my viewers and subscribers, and welcome back to the channel another day. Do I have something to talk about today? It's first thing in the morning. I am a little rushed today because I am flying solo on some missions that I have, and I'm praying that my workday is not hectic. But let's talk for 2 seconds about what I'm going to be addressing in this video. As a diabetic and a type 2 diabetic, I am not on insulin. I take oral medication. I take, actually prescribed for me were 3 different diabetic drugs. One, I kind of backed off on a little bit, but will be getting back on. And one, yesterday I got the surprise of my life when I went to my pharmacy to pick up this prescription and was told that after the insurance was applied, it's $1,000. Can I say that again? $1,000. Told the gentleman I will not be picking it up right away. He has to put it back, and I will get a hold of the company that handles my prescription, my medication subscriptions. That's what we're going to talk about a little bit today, because I don't know. There are people that can afford to pay a lot of money for their medications. Nobody really wants to. And I'm going to address this today with my doctor, because that's what you do. You make a phone call or send a message to your doctor and you tell them what's going on. I'm not out of this medication as yet, but before I get to that place, I will make a phone call to my doctor and I'll tell her, look, this medication is now way too expensive. Let's see if there's something that I can replace it with. In the time being, I am going to definitely adjust what I eat, because what you eat plays a big part in what your numbers are, you know? And I'm working on getting my A1C lowered, because that's where, when you know how well you're doing. So that's gonna be my story for the day. It's time to go get breakfast. I'll see you in a bit. Another delicious, healthy breakfast. This morning, my breakfast is, let's see what's in this plate. Egg whites, spinach, and chickpeas. I'm not out of avocados, but the ones I have right now, they're just not ripe enough. I love avocados, so it would be on every plate of food I eat. But this is, I would say, a very healthy breakfast for a diabetic person. And if you just want to start eating healthier, you know, this could be a nice plate for you. And of course, tea's on deck. Catch you later. Well, I'm taking a little break. It's lunchtime. And so I figure I would at least show what my potential lunch could be. I did something that I am supposed to actually be doing twice a day, but today is the first time I have done it in a little while. And you might ask, what could this be? I actually pricked my finger to check my blood sugar levels, as I'm supposed to do twice a day. I'm supposed to do it first thing in the morning to see what my diabetic or my fasting numbers are in the mornings. And I guess I should do it in the afternoon, probably just before dinner time, to see how I'm going into the evenings. And I have to make sure I start doing this on a regular basis, especially since I believe my medication is going to get changed. I'm going to have to take my health or advocate for myself. And while I'm adjusting how I eat, is to advocate for a medication that is still very good for me to take and not cost me $1,000, as I mentioned earlier this morning. So my lunch is actually some shredded lettuce. I have some coleslaw, and this is the coleslaw without the dressing. Coleslaw. I have some chickpeas, and I do have some chicken. I have some shredded chicken in here. And yes, I do have just a tad of ranch dressing. I love ranch dressing, and I'll get to the point where I probably just use olive oil and vinegar. I am not quite there yet, but this is looking to be a delicious lunch. As you can see in my, this is a good bowl for you to see actually what's in it. And I'm actually having tea with lunch. Let's see if I can show you what's in here. This is my hibiscus tea. It's caffeine free and it's delicious enough without sugar. No sugar, no honey. Yeah, so enjoy lunch with me. I probably won't bore you with just watching me eat, but this is a part of the journey where I track what I'm eating for breakfast, what I'm eating for lunch, and what I'm having for dinner. I don't know about anybody else, but one of my struggles is between dinner and bedtime. If I want a snack or what I'm coming down after 9 o'clock to scavenge from the refrigerator, and what you eat probably after 7 really plays into what your fasting numbers are the following day. But it's a work in progress. And like I've asked, if you're a type 2 diabetic out there and you come across my channel, please share with me some of your recipes and how you're doing, what you're doing to get better A1C numbers over the long haul. That's what we are working at, having A1C numbers below 6. I am yet to get there, but I'm working on it. I did check my blood sugar before lunchtime, and I was not pleased with the numbers, but I know the adjustment that I have to make. I'm probably gonna have to lay off the black tea for a little while, because like I said, in all honesty, when I have black tea, I sweeten with condensed milk. And since I have herbal tea here now, I can back off that for a little while. Really shouldn't talk with your mouth full. This is a big salad. It's probably more than I thought I could finish in a short while, but I'm gonna have it because I'm not starving myself. I'm gonna check my blood sugar again, probably at 3 o'clock today, maybe 4, give myself some time to see if with this lunch, and just having my herbal tea with no sweetener at all, to see how the numbers came down, because it does need to. It's pretty high right now. That's pretty good. The good thing about the Zinger, this hibiscus tea, is that I could actually brew a big batch of this, and I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna brew a big batch of this because it is really good hot, but it's just as good cold. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. You should try it. I do like iced tea. So I'm definitely gonna brew some tonight, a big batch, set it to cool and store it in the refrigerator. Because what I could do is, if I'm gonna have it for tea, I just pour it in my little pot, just enough for breakfast, and make it hot. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And that will save me some time in the mornings. Salad is done. Bowl is clean. This is actually the tea that I'm drinking, and it's actually called the Red Zinger. It's Celestial Seasoning Red Zinger. And I said hibiscus zinger because of the hibiscus flower right here. This is really good. You can try it. You might really like it. And no, it's not a paid promotion. I'm just telling you, I'm sharing with you what I'm drinking. When I get back to my desk, I'll have a nice big bottle. Well, I'll have water, not a big bottle. But we'll chat later so we could see what I'm having for dinner. Good morning, good morning. It's a brand new day. It's a scarf day today. Got to get something done with my hair. But my hair is the least of my worries today. One of the things that I really did not address a whole lot in my previous video was that as a type 2 diabetic, one of the ways to keep track of what your blood glucose numbers are is to check. For me, it's twice a day. I'm repeating myself because I know I said that a little bit earlier, but I had not been doing that. And yesterday I started to do it again because I am on a new journey. I am trying to get well. Well, my numbers were very high. Hadn't been the numbers that I've seen when I was really tracking well. And so I know I have to make a whole lot of changes. I'm not gonna do it on the video, but I'll tell you what my numbers are. I'm about to check. And I'm gonna talk about my nighttime struggles because last night, it was a struggle. I wanted to come down. If I had the kind of setup where I could videotape all my movements in here, you would have seen me struggling. I wanted to get out of bed. I wanted to go downstairs and I wanted to make some kind of a sandwich. I just wanted to eat because I was hungry. I was literally hungry because once I saw what my numbers were, I'm like, uh-oh, no. For the remainder of the day, I need to make some adjustments. And so dinner for me was very light last night, and I'll tell you what I ate. But let me check my numbers because it's almost time to start work. So the results of my blood sugar numbers this morning was very encouraging. I mentioned I ate very light last night, and the only thing I could have come up with to make real fast, and I know some people are going to say you eat a lot of eggs. Well, yes, I boiled 3 eggs. So I had hard-boiled eggs for dinner last night, and I never eat the yolk. Very, very rarely do I eat the yolk of the egg. So once it was boiled, it was easy to take the yolk out and throw it away. So literally egg whites is what I went to bed with last night. And like I said, the struggle was real. At 11 o'clock, 11:30, I wanted to come downstairs and just eat everything in sight, but I did not. I prevailed and went through the night. So this morning, my numbers are down by 80 points. So definitely coming down, and some of the changes I'm making right away is, as you can see, I have a cup of herbal tea. I'm not having black tea because I can't afford to put any sweetener right now. And I don't know if you can read what's on my mug. It says, let's see what it says. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong. 1 Corinthians 16 verse 13. How appropriate. That's another mug that's by my daughter. She loves mugs, and this was one of hers that is here. I now have it. And this morning's breakfast is, as you can see, I have some avocados on my plate, but everything else is spinach, sardines cooked in onions, and a lot of seasoning because I just have to season my food. So this is definitely going to be a low glycemic, very low in carbs, high in protein. The sardines, let's see, this is the sardines that I'm eating, and it's no promotions. Total fat 10. Sodium is a little high, 300. 0 carbs. It also has 0 fiber. But you know what? It is how many grams of protein in this, which is important. 18 grams of protein. Okay, so that is very, very important for me. And sardines, I believe, is also a good source of, let's tell you, calcium, iron, potassium. So I'm doing well eating sardines this morning. All right, so I'm gonna get to eating. Not gonna share as I eat this morning because I'm a little behind schedule, but today's definitely gonna be an all-day thing where I come back on and show you what I'm doing, because the idea now is to get my numbers to an appropriate number for somebody that's doing well. And at some other point I will talk about what numbers I'm talking about. I am not an expert, but I can give you as much information as I have. And this is not a channel to give you diabetes education. It surely is not. What it is a girl that's a type 2 diabetic that wants to get rid of that label. I would like to be free of diabetes. And I just want to live healthy. I want to live healthy and be strong. And so whatever things and changes I'm making, if it can encourage somebody out there that's on the same journey, that's the plan. All right, so I'll be back later on. So I'm in a meeting, but I have to do this real quickly. This is lunch today. Lunch is salmon, spinach, lettuce, and avocado. I have to keep my meals as low carb as possible to kind of help myself to get back to the right numbers. Numbers are coming down, but not as quickly as I would like to see it. But I just wanted to come on here and show you what lunch was. Well, it's the end of the day. I have a headache that's just nipping at me, and I want to be able to have dinner, which is very late. I don't want to have dinner this late. I think it's almost 8 o'clock. Too late for me. But I give God thanks that I have a meal. Now I had nothing prepared. I ran to the store, got some quinoa, some cucumbers, some chicken breast. I had broccoli here. And let's see. That's what dinner looks like. The next time I purchase quinoa, I'm getting the plain quinoa. Definitely. I think I'm going to have to I'm not going to waste this. I'm going to eat it and see how I manage. And I for sure will prepare it a different way the next time. My chicken breast is just seasoned with onion, garlic, and some jerk seasoning, so that's flavorful. And the cucumbers are bland. No avocado on my plate tonight, but that's all good. And my beverage of choice tonight, again, is water. Water. Anywho, let's see what this tastes like. I'm gonna have to mix in the chicken. Wish you could see my plate. Okay, that's better. Okay, I'm gonna have to mix in the chicken with the quinoa and the broccoli and see what's going on here. All right, come on. I know the chicken tastes good. For sure. Uh-oh. Let's do this right. And the broccoli's good, but this quinoa thing that I have going on here, not 100% sure, but I'm not having rice, I'm not having potatoes. And last night, because I was a little bit taken aback by how high my blood glucose number was, how high it was, I had very minimal to eat for dinner, and I was starving the whole night. I think I'm gonna put a tad bit of ranch dressing on my cucumbers, because whatever I'm eating has to really taste good. Hate to be crunching in your ear, but my broccoli can't be soggy, has to be crunchy. Not bad. I'm gonna tell you a little about what this is when I'm done eating. Sometimes folks say eating healthy can be very expensive, but not always. I bought a packet of chicken breast, and it was one chicken breast that was split in half, and it was boneless, and it was $8 for the pack. All right, that's expensive, but I only made one half of it, and I still have enough left over that my husband, when he gets home, if he wants to have the chicken with rice that's in the refrigerator, he can. But there's also pasta in there that he could eat. So the chicken was $8. The container of quinoa, it was on sale. It was $5. So 8 and 5 is 13. I already had broccoli in my refrigerator, but this was a frozen packet of broccoli that was $1.49, and the cucumber was 99 cents for one cucumber. So if I had gone to a fast food restaurant and if I had a chicken sandwich with fries and a drink, I believe that would be, with tax, about $13. And it's gonna be dependent on which chicken sandwich I get. So I say I have dinner for more than one day. So 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 1 is 14, and the broccoli was $1, I'm gonna say $1.50. So that's like $15.50. And like I said, I still have quinoa. I still have more. I only used half of the cucumber and half of the chicken breast, which is gonna be dinner for 2, if my husband so choose, and the broccoli. And this is extremely healthy. This is very healthy. Tonight I can say I'm having a healthy dinner. I said I would put some ranch dressing on my cucumbers, but I may not. I may not. Jerk seasoning on this chicken is fabulous. All right, I'm gonna take a break from eating for a little bit. So this is my blood glucose monitor kit. Oops. And I use this now to check 2 times a day, but I'm gonna check a 3rd time tonight before I actually go to sleep. I'm gonna check to see what I'm going to bed, what my numbers are when I go to bed. Now, I actually don't have this information written down, but you can Google I just Googled what should my fasting blood sugar numbers be. And according to Google, a blood sample will be taken after you haven't eaten anything the night before. So that's the fasting one. Fasting blood sugar level less than 100 mg-dl is normal. Yeah. So when you wake up in the morning, when you check, if it's less than 100, when it's less than 100, it's not saying 50 or 60. It really shouldn't be much farther down. I don't even think I would want mine to be lower than 70. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a doctor. Remember that. So before breakfast, and here's another one that says, I'm right. Before breakfast, 70 to 120 should, those numbers are not so bad. Well, that was a delicious dinner. I'm gonna have to jazz up my quinoa the next time, but it did what it had to do. I'm full. I'm not supposed to be starving tonight in the middle of the night, which it was the idea. So here I go, still on my journey, trying to get better. And what I'm hoping is that, like I say every time I'm ending my videos, I'm hoping that there's something that I showed you, something that I said, something that I did will encourage you, if you're diabetic, if you're type 2 diabetic, to start making changes. I will also continue to encourage you to comment when you watch my video and share with me something that you're doing, something that you stopped doing that has benefited you. I'm really hoping that you will like my videos, that you'll share them with somebody, friends, family members, and that you will subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. I am looking for this channel to grow exponentially. So for now, this is Donna with Linda's Daughter Donna. I'll see you in the next video. Good night.